Welcome to Bad Tech and Gaming. I got a new phone, but I wanted to go over the road it took me to get there, as I thought it might interest some of you. As many of my subscribers know, I was in the market for a new smartphone. I posted a video about it a while back, and I was going to get something of your choice. Well, we did not reach the goal I intended to. However, my Google Pixel died on me. And I called tech support, and I don't usually do that because I know how to get these phones, but it died on me so bad I couldn't fix it, and I needed them to replace it. So I called tech support, got them to replace it out, and wouldn't you know it, 2 weeks later, well, the other one, new one, died on me too. So that's 2 Google Pixels I went through in the matter of about 3 weeks or so. At this point, I've been using a temporary phone for 3 weeks. It's been difficult. Temporary phones are, well, temporary for a reason. So I decided to make my new phone purchase earlier than anticipated. And I received this phone on October 4th. I figured if I didn't like this phone, I could go back to my temporary phone and order the Google Pixel 2 that was launching on October 4th. And then after a few days, I ended up falling in love with this phone that I got. And not to mention, I was slightly disappointed by the Pixel 2 launch and the Pixel 2 XL. But minus, of course, the Google Home Mini Max and those awesome translating earbuds that are just amazing. At this time, I also realized, wow, I can conduct such a different review for people that might actually reach out to a broader expanse of people. So I began the search asking different phones to fix my past issues, like the Galaxy Note 8, all the ones that are coming out. These issues that I've had in the past were dependability, all-day battery life, even with heavy usage, something that was fast consistently throughout the life of the phone, well, the Pixel was great at that, a decent camera, which also the Pixel was great at, and some fun new features. Lastly, I just wanted it to do more, and this kind of goes with the fun feature, so I'll bundle it in there. But I wanted my phone to do something different. I wanted it to, as Apple would say, think different. As I began doing this, I asked, well, where is the industry going? I took a step back, and I was able to see pretty clearly that smartphones are something that everyone has, and for the most part are relatively the same. Minus key features, of course. But if you look at Android world, it's, 4 gigabytes of RAM, octa-core processor, Snapdragon either 835 or the 626 with the power efficiency, and not to mention everything had pretty much a 12 megapixel camera and is going to dual cameras. So that kind of made everything a little bit more on the same level. At this point, the question was, so with all of them being so close, the decision isn't necessarily which phone do I want, it's which features are these phones capable of that I want in my life. Can these features increase my daily use or be more fun? So to give you a rundown of what I consider these features to be, the iPhone has its new augmented reality and crazy processor. The Samsung has that S Pen and the extra couple gigabytes of RAM. The Google phone, and at this point, of course, is just, when I made the decision, it was not been announced yet, but I mean, it was basically leaked out. We knew pretty much what we were getting before. But, it had the Assistant, the Google Assistant with Smart Home, and the leading smartphone features, which is generally like the squeezable frames and the newer operating system, all that stuff. So when I bought my phone, I also knew that I could return it and get that Google Pixel, as I had mentioned before, if that was what I was inclined to do, because I already had a couple of people mention it on my channel. Anyway, continuing that list, LG has some really, really cool camera features and some controls that are just very, very nicely done. And the HTC, well, is kind of a waste of space, but it's beautiful. A beautiful phone, but it's kind of a waste of space. Now, you can eliminate some of these pretty stinking quickly, and Apple for not really changing enough and doing the same old, and of course the iPhone 10, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird. It didn't line up with what I thought I wanted the phone to do. The Google Pixel 2, well, because everything else has this assistant, the Google Assistant with Smart Home nowadays, and any Android device will work with that. So the new features that it brought to the table weren't really enough and unique enough to make me say, boom, that's not going to be on my phone in a matter of 6 months when they release an update to go get it. And there's only really one or two that stands out. Now, one of them I haven't even mentioned yet, but Samsung and Motorola. So that's the Note 8 and the Z2 Force. So it's not the old Z2, it's not the Z2 Play, it's not the old ones. No, it's the Z2 Force, the one that's been pretty, you've got a lot of mixed reviews about it. Now let's compare these two. Now I am in the phone industry, so I can go out there and play with these phones before I buy them, so I do know a little bit more than I would say the average consumer. The Note is a slightly bigger and more refined version of the S8 Plus, and it's a beautiful thing. The phone is beautiful. The Motorola seems like the easy loser when you just compare them by specs and stuff like that. However, I just kept digging. And remember, my issues were dependability, all-day battery life with heavy use, something that was fast and consistent, and fun features. And well, my most dependable phones in the past have been Motorola and Samsung so far, so I guess if we are to start rounds and comparing these features against each other, dependability is a tie. Of course, these are all subjective to my opinions, but all-day battery life, well, the Samsung has a 3300 milliamp hour battery, so that clearly is going to beat the 2700 milliamp hours on the Motorola. However, with the Moto mods, you can get up 2200 milliamp hours or 3500 milliamp hours, and it makes the phone pretty big, the higher end ones, but the 2200 milliamp hour one would put that over 5000 milliamp hours on the phone, and it almost just looks like a case on the phone. It doesn't actually increase it all that much, which I found very appealing. So here I have to name Motorola the winner. When it comes to fast, on paper, Samsung wins. But practically, the Motorola's simplistic design actually keeps up, and in some areas wins. But overall, because of the extra RAM that you get with the Note, it is just going to be faster for a longer period of time down the road. So Samsung is the clear winner here. Another thing I wanted actually was a decent camera, and I'm not really too picky about my cameras. They can be pretty good to great. It doesn't really matter to me. But Samsung is the clear winner here. There is no comparison. Samsung's camera is just better, and it even offers more vibrant photos. It makes it pop a little bit more, which I actually do appreciate overall. And then the final reason, the fun features. Now this is something I love. This is probably the heaviest weighted thing in my list here. I have to give it to Motorola. The Moto mods are just fun. There's just more stuff to them. The S Pen is great. I loved the S Pen on a past Note that I had, but I just don't use it that much. I really didn't. I used it a couple times here and there, and that's about it. So Motorola wins in the fun. Now, I had to put weight on these to actually make the decision because Samsung came out to 3 wins, and so did Motorola. So I had to put weight on things I thought were more important, and those things are dependability, battery, and fun features. With Motorola coming out the winner on those ones, that is what my concluded winner. That's what I ended up choosing. So at that point, it was just up to me to find a deal. And I got the Motorola for $500, and I got a free Moto Mod projector, which is still processing and will probably take about 2 years to get to me. In conclusion, I hope this helps someone out there. I hope this process that I went through maybe can relate to someone and they can actually make a better choice because of it. If you don't like the video, no problem. Go ahead, skip on to the next one. My review will be up next. That'll be the next video I produce. After that, I'll do some on the mods too, because I think I can make a separate video for a bunch of those mods as well. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you thought it was different, leave a comment down below, as it's very important to me. And also, I'm still pushing to get to the 1,000 subscribers. I think I have like 62, so I'm not even close. I guess I should have known that beforehand, but so I do apologize for that. But if you guys enjoyed it, thumbs up. See you in the next video.